Okay, our next guests are the proof that you can have an idea, put your heart behind it, and find out that you're successful not just for yourself, but for lots of other people as well. Such a pleasure to have Sandy Smith and Betty Crawford back from the Four Paws Pantry, talking about the pantry itself and also what you can do next week to dine out and help the organization. So good to have you both.
Thank you.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Yeah, we've been really excited. Sandy had this idea, to raise some money because we're so small. Having a big fundraiser is difficult for us. And so I told Sandy, I said, well, let's do a restaurant and, have them give some proceeds. Well, I just asked for one, and she came back with four. And we really did well for us. We really did well. I mean, it provided us enough money to buy a lot of food.
Let's talk about us, because some people might be watching for the first time and not know who you are. You had an idea how many years ago now? Betty, you did.
10.
It's been that long? And the idea was that when you're having a tough financial time, it's hard enough to take care of yourself, much less your pets. But your pets do so much to enrich your life, you hate to lose them. Open the pantry to help people hold on to both.
I thought, why not have a food pantry for animals? We have one for people, and they need as much assistance as people do in hard times. So this is our fourth year. And we've gone through various stages. It's been a real learning process, but now we're at the Humane Society,
right?
Which they are the best landlords in the world. They really are great. And we've been very successful there, and we keep adding people every month. In fact, last month, how many meals did you serve?
Last month we served 4,800 meals.
4,800 meals?
Over 4,800 meals.
That was a slow month.
Yes, it was.
So now what you're doing is people come to you, they can either come by to the Humane Society office, where you are there, or call you, right?
Right.
And say, listen, I've either just lost my job or we have a medical crisis in our family. Can you help? And you take it case by case for a certain
we have an
length of time?
application process, and they have to prove that they live in Hamilton County, and they have to prove that their animals are spayed and neutered. That's our one rule we don't budge on.
Okay.
And then,
unless there's an emergency.
Right.
I've had some calls saying that I have nothing for my animals tonight.
Gotcha.
So we give them enough to kind of get them over that hump. But then they understand that long-term assistance has to come with spay and neuter.
Okay.
right, and then we give them a month of food per animal for up to 6 months.
Okay.
And it can be concurrent, or it can be, sporadic. Because most people that call us don't need help every month. But we do have some senior citizens. They will feed their animals before they feed themselves.
I believe it.
And so, we don't want them not to feed themselves.
So what you're doing next week with this idea of the eating out to benefit you, there are a few restaurants that are taking part, and part of the proceeds from your ticket goes back to help.
Well, they don't even have to have a ticket. They just go in and eat, and a portion of their proceeds for the day, they will donate to Four Paws. Monday, you can go to Cheeseburger on Market Street. Tuesday, Public House at Warehouse Road, and Wednesday at Old Chicago Pizza at Northgate.
Okay.
And they also have where you can bring your pets and eat outdoors.
Oh, how fun.
On Wednesdays. Yes, so, that we really appreciate these restaurants, and we've asked people on social media as well, even if you can't go eat there that day, go by there and thank them for helping us.
So if people are watching and they think, okay, I can't go and eat, but I would love to help them, do you need food donations or monetary donations, or both?
Well, right now we can use monetary donations, because one of the goals I had starting this was that we could get to the point where we could also help spay and neuter animals. And we're kind of at that point right now where we can help some families that we have getting food from us spay and neuter. So, of course, we always take food, but money donations would be greatly appreciated this time.
And people don't always realize just how important it is to spay and neuter, especially with cats. If you don't, if you have a female cat and she's not spayed, she can have how many litters in a year?
Oh, she can have, I know because I have a feral cat that lives outside. She can have 2 to 3 litters a year.
2 to 3, and that's 8 kittens maybe per litter.
Yeah.
So you can just see how the problem multiplies and multiplies.
Exacerbates, yes.
Yeah, why don't you give a shout out to the Humane Society, because they come our way once a month. Pet Placement does too.
They're wonderful. I can't say enough about the staff and Bob, the director. I mean, everything I've needed, we've gotten.
And you look at how they've been in the headlines in the last year or so for their own financial needs.
Yeah.
But they always find a way to still be there to help when there's someone who needs it.
People don't realize until you're there on a daily basis. People don't realize how much work it is to take care of these animals. I mean, I've seen animals brought back from the brink of death that have been brought in, and they rehabilitated them and, fixed them, and they've been adopted.
And there are some people, I guess, Sandy, who might watch and say, well, it's just an animal. But when you bring them into your family, they're
That's
part of
part
it.
of your family, yes. And that's what I tell people too. Think about this. Close your eyes and a child has a pet. For circumstances that are beyond anyone's control, the parents either lose a job or the job is downsized. They can't afford to feed that pet and feed their families. So we tell them, feed your family, we'll feed your pet. That child does not have to give up their best friend. They might have to move from the home that they've been in, but they don't have to give up their best friend.
And the elderly especially, that's so important because they can be great therapy.
Well, and that could be their only family.
Right. So you can go take part simply by getting something good to eat. The Four Paws Pantry, you'll find them at North Highland Park Avenue. Go to fourpawspantry.org, fantastic website, and there and on Facebook and Twitter too. Sandy's putting
And
out.
there is a secure PayPal. They can click on that link and make a secure donation. Any amount is appreciated.
Okay, and go get your pizza on Wednesday and take your pets with you.
Yes.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
We're back after this.